Hello and welcome back to the podcast No Grace Period on June 3rd, 2023. This is a Saturday morning and I'm coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona. It's been a minute since I dropped my last podcast episode. I hope everybody has been healthy, prosperous, and well since the last episode. And I just thought it would be a good time to revisit and check in and do another episode. There's been a few events that have happened since my last episode that were not anticipated, a few life events. And I've learned some lessons from those events in the meantime. Some career events, some things with my finances, some things with my health, some things with the family vehicle. Sometimes calamities hit all at once. And there was a point in my life where I was a lot younger, and when things will all hit at once like that, I would just lose it. I would kind of break down and begin to spiral and just lose control. But with the events that happened today and that have happened for like the past week or so, it's just been kind of a ongoing string of events that have kind of made me have to restabilize myself, kind of readjust my footing, so to speak. But I've been handling it with calm, and that's the name of today's podcast, Calm, CALM, calm. It's a must. It's a must-have because life is guaranteed to happen. You just really have to be thankful for the times where everything in your life is going smooth. Be thankful for when you're not sick. Be thankful for when you're working and bringing those steady paychecks in, or your business is going good. You're getting your clients and the money is coming in, and you're really not feeling any type of major discomfort. Those are the times to be thankful for. And ironically enough, during the times where you're at your low, or you feel like you're at your low, the Creator will show you something lower. It'll show you something lower to make you thankful for where you're at the moment. With everything that has happened within the past week, and in particular the past 48 hours in my life, I was walking from one location back home today. I was walking to the apartment, and I saw a bus driving toward the intersection I just walked from. And I know if I see a plain looking school bus, if there's no markings on it, if it's white, chances are it's a prison bus. It's a prison bus transferring some inmates somewhere. As the bus got closer, I saw a whole bunch of orange guys in orange jumpsuits, and the driver giving me a real hard look like, what am I looking at? So yeah, it was a prison bus. They were taking some inmates somewhere. Now, mind you, I'm walking down the street, going back to the house. I had to get some help with something really important. I had to get some financial help with something really important, and I'm very grateful for the help I received. I love that individual to to the moon and back for just being there for me when, I needed someone to be there in more ways than one. But besides getting that help, I was still thinking about the events that transpired throughout the day, because there's still some things that have to be settled, still some things that have to be taken care of for the family to be good. And I see this bus, and I'm like, wow, man, like, as messed up as this day was, it could be worse. I could be on that bus with a whole bunch of dudes. I don't know what's gonna pop off on this bus. Might be getting transferred to a new facility somewhere. Ain't no telling what I'm about to get into. I can't go outside. I don't have freedom of movement the way I want. I'm on a prison bus. That could have been me. You understand what I'm trying to get at? A lot of times we have adversity, we have challenging days, we have situations that feel like they're ongoing. And, there's levels to this thing. There's levels to it. I'm not saying that everybody that in jail is just in hell by default. It's some people that in some way or another, they use jail and use that time to think and reset and learn things, learn some skills, if at all possible, if the environment is conducive to that. And, you got some people that go to prison and come out and be damn near millionaires, in many cases millionaires, after doing a stint in prison. So I'm not saying that, being in prison or being in jail is just the end of life. It's just seeing that bus put things in perspective for me, like, okay, you're going through a little something right now. You're not going through the worst you could be going through right now. Lift your spirits up a little bit. Get your head on straight. Just figure out your next 3 to 5 moves. Be proactive about it. Call your contacts. Try to set some things up. It's a Friday. It's a Friday. Saturday, Sunday. Businesses are typically closed on Saturday and Sunday. So I did the things I had to do today. I'm going to just take Saturday and Sunday, spend time with the family, play with my sons. If it's not too hot outside, I'll take them to the park. Just use these couple days to really get some good quality time in with the family. Try not to internalize the things that have happened these past few days. Try not to internalize it, because there was a couple of things that happened by surprise, and I didn't even realize that the outcome of these certain situations was going to be like that. I got one expectation, and then I get a phone call with some different news. So that affected me financially, but again, that's something I see as temporary. Right now, the important thing is to be present, to spend the time with my babies. And Monday morning, get back on it. I figure as long as I have a working phone, an internet connection, and a roof over my head, I can make something happen. I can make something happen. Plus, I still got my CDL, among other skills that I have that I shouldn't be in a shaky position for too long. So, stay calm if at all possible. If you can find it inside of you to find balance, to find that center, a sense of centeredness in whatever adversity you're going through, just try to take some deep breaths. Just try to stay calm. I used to flip out real bad. I used to flip out like in my 20s, 30s. I had days and even weeks where I would lose things and stuff would be happening. I couldn't understand why it was happening. And I would just flip out. I'd panic, or I'd do things. I start a chain of events reacting to what was happening to me. But that chain of events that I did just put me deeper into a hole. But it was like all adrenaline. It was all just a reaction to what I felt was an emergency, instead of just kind of kicking back, keeping my composure and just always keeping a positive outlook. Just keep that vibration positive. No matter what's going on around me, just kind of keep that positive vibration, that positive outlook. Especially if you're a man and you got a woman, that really comes into play when you got a woman and you got to interact with your woman during a crisis. Your woman really want to see that no matter what is going on, that you stable, that the man is stable and calm and is able to maintain a certain degree of composure and focus no matter how messed up the situation is. And I learned that over time. Let's just learn that through the years, just being in different situations and seeing that one set of actions didn't work, right? Handling it one way didn't work, all right? Get into another crisis, handling it this way, it kind of worked, but it didn't work the best, right? But as I got older, I'm the type, I analyze things. I really kind of analyze and try to learn from past mistakes and try to implement different ways of action based on what I've learned from my past mistakes. And one thing that I've learned is that whenever I stay calm and just kind of look at things and analyze them and always keep certain mantras, for lack of better terms, certain mantras in place, such as, hey, this is all temporary, right? It's all temporary. Like it's like a wave. It's like a current. You got a up, you got a down. That down goes back to a up, it goes back to a down sometimes. It's a constantly evolving thing. Of course, we want the long-term trend to trend upwards in our lives. That's natural, in our professional lives and our spiritual lives. We want the trend to look upward, but we have to be cognizant that the day-to-day, the week-to-week, the month-to-month, it might look like peaks and valleys, just like the stock market. When you look at your stocks, If you're looking at your stocks every day, you drive yourself crazy unless you're trading options or something like that, where that's what you have to do. You have to interact with your brokerage account every day like that. If you're trading options or something like that, right? You see all the ups and downs, all the peaks and valleys, all the, the gains and the losses. You see that stuff. If you day trading and stuff like that, you got to interact with your account like that. But for the average person, buy and hold, what they say, when in doubt, zoom out. And that makes sense, because the trend over time tends to trend upward. And looking at my life, if I zoom out and kind of look at where I came from to where I'm at right now, the trend has been upward. It hasn't been a straight shot to the moon. You know what I mean? I'm not in some type of SpaceX rocket, like straight to stardom somewhere. But the overall trend has been positive. So it wouldn't do me any justice to just lose control and be off my rocker over something that will improve with time, given that I focus and take care of the things that need to be taken care of, right? So that's what it is. As always, I really appreciate you guys for listening, for taking the time to log into Spotify and just listening to what a everyday, working 9-to-5 dude has to say. And I will just leave you with this. Life is going to happen. Problems are going to happen. Problems are guaranteed. If you poor, you're going to have problems. If you rich, you're going to have problems. The problems are a continuum, right? They're guaranteed. If it's one thing that's guaranteed in this life, it's problems. But it's all about how we handle it. How we handle it makes all the difference in the world. And I stand on that. My name is Rafiq. This is the No Grace Period podcast. As always, thanks so much for your time. Take care.